Hi, I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make this beaver block. So this is one of the blocks that's available in the Woodland Critters applique pattern. So that is a larger pattern that includes 14 different animals plus some trees and some mushrooms, but this is just going to show you how to make the beaver block. Okay, I'm all ready to assemble this beaver. This is the version that does not use a light box, and so I have transferred to the fabric side all of these dotted lines that show up on the paper side of your fusible adhesive. I just use a chalk pencil for most of the lines. If a chalk pencil won't show up because the fabric is too light, I will use a regular pencil. And anything that is just a stitching line, I will use just a simple black Sharpie. I'm going to stitch over this in black with black thread, so it doesn't matter that this is a permanent pen. So here we go. We are going to start with the big head because the beaver is really pretty simple. And I'm doing this snapshot style, which means it's going to go off the end of the block. I want it to look like he's been, like I've snapped a photo, so I don't want him just floating up in there. I want him to look like he has the rest of his body. It's just not in the frame. So I line that edge up with the raw edge at the bottom of the block. And then let's see, we can put some ears in. There's one ear. Beavers have pretty small ears. You can't really see them very well on them, actually. All right, and now let's put his kind of muzzle pieces in there. I'm just gonna lay those where I've got the markings showing. And I'm going to need to tuck these teeth underneath these. So I guess I could have put the teeth down first, but I like to use these as a guide for where to put everything. There we go. You want that line to really be centered underneath these muzzle pieces. So you kind of want those pieces to like just kiss right at the line between the teeth. So now we're going to cover up that little mess there by putting his nose in place. And again, you want to make the point of the nose really point at the line for those teeth. That's going to keep everything looking very realistic. Now we have just a couple of eyes. There we go. And take everything over to the ironing board, fuse it in place, just follow the directions on whatever brand of fusible adhesive you're using. I use Heat and Bond Light for all of my quilts. And then I'll bring it back. I'll do all the outline stitching and I'll bring it back here and I'll show it to you along with another color combination that I did. All right, here is the finished beaver block. I've done all of the outline stitching and I've added some catch lights to his eyes just with a simple dot of white fabric paint. This is the version that I made for the cover sample of the Woodland Critters quilt pattern. The background block is from the Avocado Blenders collection, and all of the fabrics in the beaver are from the Grizzly Blenders, which is one of the colors that all of the browns in the Animal Kingdoms fabric collection are the Grizzly Blenders. But I did one more version, and that is this one. So in addition to the cover sample for the Woodland Critters quilt pattern, I did another sample of all of the blocks where they also have realistic animal prints, but the background blocks are all from the Farmer's Market collection of solid fabrics, almost solid. They're solid, but they have the quilting lines actually printed on the fabric. So you just need to follow along with those. And you can see that this version also, the first one has no eyelashes, and this version does have eyelashes. All of the blocks in the pattern, except for the owl and the turkey, have eyelashes that you can either stitch if you want to, or you can just ignore them if you don't want to include the eyelashes. So I'm Wendy from Shiny Happy World, and this is the beaver block pattern from the Woodland Critters quilt pattern that you can get at shinyhappyworld.com.